a full, oh, come on, click it here. I'll show the camera here, since we're already just slamming into it. We're in a magazine.
Yeah. Stacia.
This month. Yeah, this month. This month's issue of Auto Service Leader.
Yeah.
It's a full 10 pages.
Yeah. So what they come and give you an interview or what?
They did an interview on the phone a couple of months ago. So I met them at a conference and introduced myself. It was funny because we call it like dealer row. You know how we call like the dealer row here?
Yeah.
It's like vendor row is what we call it. And I honestly try to avoid vendor row. I'm sorry. I try to avoid vendor row a little bit, but I was like, nope. There are 3 different vendors that I want to see. I want to see what they're doing. And this magazine was one of them because I was like, you know what? 2026 is foundation year. 2027 is liftoff year. And I was like, to set the foundation appropriately, I need to get out of my comfort zone. So I was like, full send. I'm going to go introduce myself to these people. And then they're like, hey, could we have an interview? And I'm like, well, yeah, that was the whole point of me coming over here.
Yeah.
But so it was really good. Ended up going great. It was a 1-hour podcast style interview.
Sweet.
And then they made 10 pages off of it, and he came out and just took pictures.
That's awesome.
So that's how we got the pictures from it. And it was honestly about our social media and us talking. That was where it came from, because obviously that's a huge differentiator for us.
Yeah.
And that's where the communication came from it. And then it was more like life story of how did this get going? You know, once I told him, hey, I'm 30, which I'm 31 now, guys.
Her birthday was yesterday. So
yesterday.
When you're seeing this, wish Stacia a happy late birthday.
Happy late birthday. But so I said, I'm like, I've got 5 kids. I'm 30. I've been at the shop now. It'll be 10 years in January.
That's
so we're
crazy.
9.5 years here. The amount of growth from there is just like wild. So we went over it and I was like, you know, when I was 19, I could have never imagined running an auto shop.
Right.
Running an auto shop wasn't in my mind. Doing any of this. Always being a leader and in some kind of a leadership role was what it was. But when it came down to actually, what is it? It wasn't this. And at the time of 19, I had, technically, so yeah, I had 2 kids by the time I was 19, and state health insurance, food stamps, all this stuff. So it's like showing how you can come from literally doing nothing to this. Mm-hmm. And not in
that short of time too.
In that short of time. And it's not in like, when I think of it sometimes, I'm like, is this being like braggadocious? And I'm like, it's truly not. It's showing the possibilities.
Yes.
Because if someone
there are other people in your position or similar positions.
Oh yeah.
Going through that.
Yep. And they can't see what the future looks like. They can't see, is there a way out of this scenario? I always talk about it, and we've talked about it on a different podcast episode, of the alcoholic father. I know you've heard me say it 100 times, so I'm going to say it again for those of you that haven't heard it, is that there's a story of 2 men. One became so successful, a great leader, entrepreneur. The other one became an alcoholic and was not successful and everything. And they sat down and had an interview with them. And they both were asked the same question, is, why are you the way you are? And they both had the exact same answer: because my father was an alcoholic. No matter what, you have any different path that you can choose. You are the adult. You make the choices. You break the cycles. And I think that that's so important. And it's so important to show other people this. So whether they're a shop owner struggling, or an entrepreneur just struggling, a single mom, a teenage mom, working parents, any of these things, to see, hey, she got through that. I can see myself in her. Like, I want people to see that. I want people to be able to see me and see, hey, I have some of that. I have that potential. How can I unlock it? How can I figure out that next level? And I truly am. There is so much more capacity and potential for me. So the levels are limitless, but I want people to come along, because the only way that we're going to have a better world is to continue to build up other people. Thoroughly believe that. That is one of my core beliefs, is that great leaders build even better leaders. So, but yeah, that's an Auto Service Leaders June issue. I believe that's issue 28. So, issue 28.
Yeah, I'll throw the link down in the podcast if anyone wants to see it or view it, anything like that. Be sure to check it out. Check out the link below.
But yeah, so welcome to the Driven for More podcast.
Oh. Guess we kind of forgot to do that.
We just roll into it.
But yeah, we're back.
We're back.
I feel like it's like the third time we said that.
We have. So
maybe more.
Probably more. Life just gets busy. It does.
Sure
and
does.
Carter just had to finish school.
Yeah, had to.
So congratulations, Carter.
Yeah, I graduated, I think. I don't know.
With what?
I haven't got a diploma in the mail.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do they probably email it?
I haven't got an email yet.
No
so
email either.
maybe I haven't graduated, but I think I graduated. I got my bachelor's, double major in marketing and business management. So done with school, back
I love it.
back with the shop for good.
He's here for good. And you know, it's not even kind of funny. It is funny on the way how Carter got back into the shop.
Crazy.
It's just interesting because he would, obviously, Carter and I have a different relationship. We're friends.
Yep.
That's very evident in everything here. That we would talk about how school was going, how his interviews were going, and you were interviewing for hold on, pause.
1 second.
Pause. Okay, we're back into it. We thought a client was coming back here.
Yeah.
So.
Crisis avoided.
So Carter went through a couple of in-depth interview processes that made me, I didn't even tell you this, that it made me actually rethink how I do interviews. Because you got to level 4 at Epic?
Yeah, which that's not anything crazy for them, but
It sounds fucking crazy.
yeah.
It sounds wild that I was like, maybe I'm not doing enough interviewing on the back end of stuff, in which everything truly happens for a reason, and it was all meant for Carter to come back here. We already know this.
For sure.
But he went through Epic, and then he went through another one, and it was really interesting to hear how all those interview processes went, and how you were able to see how other companies, especially corporate, handle themselves.
Yeah.
And if from interviewing to the workplace environment.
It was a lot more intense than I expected, too. Because there was, at the other job, too, I had, I think, 6 interviews in a day with multiple different groups. And it wasn't just one-on-one interviews, it's like 1-on-3 interviews, 1-on-2, just crazy stuff.
Which is really great for culture building, I think, of making sure that you find the right person to come on board with you. But I also think it's just a little wild, too.
Agreed. Mm-hmm. I feel like if you know, you know, but...
Yeah.
But maybe it's just different when you're going through hundreds of applicants.
Yeah.
But I don't know. In the one interview, I knew I was one of 3 people at the end. So, and they still had to do 6 different interviews. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Which is crazy.
I don't know.
But it's just it was so interesting. So it made me rethink, what do I do? And it actually got me back on making sure to send out, it's not a personality test, it's a work style quiz. So I actually sent out 5 different ones during different interview processes of looking to bring on the next people that we have coming on board. So we have a technician coming on board next week, and he also got one.
Nice.
Because I think it's just important to know how well someone's going to work, what they need to help them succeed, whether they're visual or auditory, however kind of learner they are, to make things move appropriately. Mm-hmm. So I used to send them out years ago, and I stopped. And I don't even know why I stopped necessarily. Probably because they're like $100 a test.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know what? Nope, I'm gonna get back to doing this.
And the good ones are kind of long, which makes it like a hassle almost.
Oh, for sure. I think this one was only like 16 minutes.
Okay, it's not too bad.
Whether that's a me 16 minutes or a nervous person 16 minutes, I don't know.
Trying to think about the right answer and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And which all of these things, there is no right answer.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, interview process, interesting. And so I was interviewing for someone to come on board. Carter knew about it, everything like that. He never brought anything up. And I just left it be. And we had talked about this with my guys up front, that were like, man, it's going to be really hard to find someone to replace you. And mind you, Carter has only worked for us in the summer and randomly coming back during breaks.
Yeah, back in winter break or whatnot.
Yep. We've had 2 people in between there who are great people. They're wonderful. It was just, they were just temporary. And that was, we had one gal who was freelancer, and she came in. And then we had another guy who from the get-go, he does content creation for his main income. It was literally just him to come in and see how business operates and pick my brain and enjoy.
Basically an internship kind of deal.
Literally an internship that lasted 9 months. And so I was looking and doing different interviews. Crazy amount of applicants. Did I ever tell you how many people applied?
No.
Like close to 100.
That's kind of impressive.
Yeah, close to 100 different applicants. And I believe the job was only open for 2 3-day periods. So I did it
That's
over
crazy.
2 weekends, and it was
You did weekends too? Oh.
Yeah, I did 2 different weekends. I'm sorry, this is for anyone that if you are applying to a new job, if you apply to a job on a Tuesday at 1, I don't look too well on it. No, I'm like.
See, I did a lot of that while I was in college.
Yeah, I guess so.
This is like in between classes.
In between classes, yeah.
But that's a different scenario. Like they probably know I'm coming out of college or
Yep.
still in college at this point. So,
But
anyways, continue.
A Tuesday at 1, I'm like, aren't you supposed to be working?
Yes.
Like, are you job searching while you're at your current job? Like, I just don't know how I feel about this. Not saying that I said no to those people, but it did put up a red flag when I saw those ones come in. And so did a bunch of interviews, got down to 2 people that I was like, I want to bring them in for one final interview and fully decide, because both of them were great people, but it's still just like, I just didn't know. It wasn't it. And then Carter shows up and, Carter texts me and he goes, hey, what you doing? And I'm like, hey, are you at work?
This is a Monday.
Yeah, this was a Monday. And he's like, you at work? And I'm like, yeah, I'm here. And he's like, oh, okay. And then I think that's all you texted me. And then you called the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I called the shop first. And I was like, hey, you around or something?
Yep, something like that. And then John was like, oh yeah, Carter's like needs brakes, so he's coming in. And I was like, sweet. I was like, that'd probably be why he texted me. And then Carter texted me and he just stayed at the shop while you're getting your brakes done. And I was like, feel free to clock in. Like, you can do whatever you want. You can hang on this. You can do anything. And as we were just like talking, doing our normal rhythm, he was mostly doing schoolwork and, just like conversing back and forth. And we were talking about how your interviews had went and how the last one, it just didn't work out. And I was like, in my head, I was just like, I kept just rolling through everything. And I know I haven't actually talked this out with you.
Yeah,
so this is good this is on video.
I'm hearing this for the first time too. Because I was curious what the thought process was when I was here, but continue.
And so I really sat down and I was thinking to myself, after you had, or while you were there and everything, I was like, man, I'm like, why can't I make this work? And I was like, wait a second. And so I went on a drive and I went to go get an iced coffee because that's my thing. And I verbally said out loud, why are you playing so small? Like, to myself. And I was like, sat there and like order my coffee. And I like start driving and some more. I rolled down the windows and I'm like, Stacia, seriously, you literally know where you're going. I have the vision. I see where I'm going, where the media portion of our company is going, and not just for Aeschbach Automotive, but just Stacia Aeschbach in general, and all of the platforms off it. I literally texted Carter in February, and I said, man, I've had so much stuff happen lately. It's going to be so good for thickening the plot of my book. Yeah. Like, I literally said that. And even,
I can probably find the text.
You can probably find it. And I've said it to, and then it was like 2 months later, my oldest son was like, so when are you writing a book? And I'm like,
do you remember hearing about this too?
I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, what in the world? And so this was all prior to Carter coming in. And so I'm driving and I'm like, what am I playing so small for? Like, what am I doing? Like, Stacia, you're a freaking baller. I was like, end of fucking story. Stop it now. I'm like, stop playing small. You know exactly where this is going. This is going to be the kick myself in the ass to get cruising, because I was putting myself so small thinking that I wasn't going to be able to give you opportunity. Because that's constantly what I was saying to you. I was like, I want you to have more opportunity. I want you to be able to, learn different things. And I'm like, who the fuck else is he going to learn from besides me?
Yeah, right?
Like, this is where I was like,
just turn on the fire hose. And
there we go. And that's it. Yeah. That's totally it. And it was like that moment that I was like, wait, who is going to do this more than me? I'm like, there are not very many people that I know, besides people that I have not met, that are doing more when it comes to building a personal brand, building a media company, figuring out that next level. Like, who the hell is going to be your boss?
Right.
not anyone is cooler than me.
Obviously.
No shot. So I was like, what am I doing? I'm like, no. And like, there's just so much opportunity between Aeschbach Automotive and here that I was like, and you like it and you love it. And we mesh
and
really well.
You, because I've been here on and off for 2 years, you already know what you're getting. And
yep. I already know what I'm getting.
You know exactly what you're getting and
yep.
where I want to go and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. I know, yeah, I just know all of those things. That it's like, and it's not even just, and like the best part, I think marketing wise too, that so many companies get wrong when they're bringing on a marketing person, is that it comes back that they don't actually care about the person. They just are fulfilling a job. So with you coming on board, as I was crafting your job offer, I'm like, no, I'm going to say, what did I said? I think I had said just a minimum of 30 hours a week is what I said. And because I want you to fit it around Dark Mountain Arms too, to be able to get that stuff done, because I know that most likely that's then the golden bucket over here. That's what is, there's so much potential and opportunity there, and as that continues to grow, I want to help support that and make sure that that's like still a forefront. Like, yeah, I already know you're going to be a baller here. I already know this. It's not even a question. That I want, and when it comes to hunting videos, doing all that stuff, I'm like, what other company is going to be like, yeah, Carter, go enjoy your bear trip.
Yeah.
Go enjoy your hunting. Go enjoy moose hunting. Like, oh, hey, Stacia, I just got literally a last minute offer. Can I just come in 2 days next week, and then can I just go hunt elk for the week? No one else is going to say yes. I'm going to be like, dude, send me a video.
Yeah, literally. I know, and that was a big sticking point when I got the offer and I looked at it. I was like, just, the shit's gonna get done no matter what.
Yep.
And just giving me flexibility to.
Yeah. And I didn't know who else was gonna do that.
Yeah.
No. And
if I was working corporate anywhere else, I would have asked for PTO, but no.
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 You didn't give your 2 weeks. I needed to know that you wanted a day off 2 weeks. Well, I'm sorry that I did not know that I was going to get this last minute opportunity.
Yeah.
It's just, people don't, and I think that's what businesses, I come back to it and I think of it as like businesses truly struggle, that they don't look at people as people.
Businesses are businesses, not personable.
Yeah. And I feel that that's where so many people fall off, because 100%, there's a separation between church and state. Like, we need to get our work done, and we still need to we need to get our work done, have fun. We can do both of them, but like, no matter what, we still have to obviously produce and get things going that we need to. But if you actually care about someone as a person, things are going to move so much better for you. You're going to get that loyalty, everything. You're never going to have a question. I think I've said this before on one of our podcasts, that even when I let people go here, I, without a doubt, know in my mind, they honestly cannot say anything bad.
Yeah.
There's been, if I've let someone go, ample warnings, PIP plans, like all of these different things that I've put into place to try to make them successful in the next best version of themselves.
Yeah.
And accountability. And that's what it comes down to. It's like, if they actually thought about it, it's like, no, I truly always put their best interest in mind. Did it have to fit what their job description was? Yes, 100%. We still have metrics we need to meet. But I completely understood what they had going on, whether there was something crazy external in their life. How can I help it? And I think that's a huge differentiator here and in any and all of my future businesses that is going to completely set us apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks, Carter. Thanks for coming back.
Absolutely.
It was always meant to be. It was. And I'm so excited to see where this next year goes. It is. I just keep calling it like foundation year, because I started off with being like 2026 is my go year. Like, it's just go. All my kids are in school, moved into a new house. Like, it is go year. And we moved into a new house in January. We're in June now, so I can't even really say that, even though I still have shit to unpack.
I'm sure.
I still have stuff to unpack.
I'm sure.
And I can't, I changed it from my go year to it's go with foundation, because I want to set the appropriate foundational blocks to make sure that the next 3 years are just insane.
Pedal to the metal.
It is just, because no matter what, I'm a goer. I'm a goer. Goer, because that's a word.
Are you sure?
I'm a doer. I'm always going to be a doer. I took it wasn't a personality, again, another work style test. Yeah. And it was, my results came back as trailblazer. And I'm like, well, duh.
Shocker.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
And it was just, it's just, it's a go year, but it's foundational. And I think it's really beneficial to frame it in that manner because I know that I'm not going to be able to see the results from it right away usually.
Yeah.
Which, if I'm being honest about it, I've been setting the foundation for years. Like, setting foundations for years. Certain things are starting to compile together now, where we had the magazine release. I had someone reach out for another interview.
Video style interview.
Another video style interview. We had a brand deal reach out. In Vegas, to go out to Vegas.
Yeah, we're going to Vegas in November.
We're going to Vegas. Yeah. So, a podcast in Vegas. We're going to do a podcast in Vegas. Holy shit. That didn't even come to my mind. Write it down. We're doing a podcast in Vegas. Oh, that's so exciting.
Bet we could find some people there to go on podcasts. A lot of people do podcasts, like at the actual trade shows and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Or we figure something out.
You could definitely do that. There's so much. There's acquisition.com is another one that they have their headquarters out of Vegas, and I want to go to one of their events. And it just came to my mind that, I'm going to be in Vegas already. I should see what they have going on during that time.
There you go.
Make a week out of it.
There you go.
But yeah, there's so much good. There's so much great. But yeah, Carter and I are going to Apex and SEMA in November, and we cannot wait. If any of you are there, please tell us, because we're going to be there, and we're evidently going to do a podcast, so
yeah, that's on the books now.
That's on the books. We're putting it here. It's there. It is out. You reach out to us if you're going to Apex, and we will make it happen.
Man, November's going to come up so quick, too.
It so is.
These summer months, we just fly.
They do. They absolutely fly. We're at June 18th.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. My kids were talking about it, though, because my youngest daughter, they're at the age, which I do love. I love that they love school. But my youngest daughter was like, how many days of summer break do we have? And I was like, left. And I was like, 75. She goes, I have 75 days till I start first grade. And I'm like, yeah. She goes, that's a really long time. And I'm like, not really.
No, it's not.
Not really. It goes
as a kid, though,
so
summer
fast.
Feels like it's forever. But it's because there's no task to complete. There's nothing to do. You're just a kid.
You're just a kid
doing chores, and then you're just playing all day and whatever.
I don't know. My kids, it's gonna be so interesting when you have kids and you get to see how these different generational things happen, because when I was a kid, it was like, I definitely did not do the different things that my kids do.
Oh, I'm sure.
For sure. But it's like, right now, what's really popular is the UV rating.
Oh,
Have you
tanning?
ever heard of this?
Yeah,
tanning.
Tanning, yeah.
Tanning. Like, oh my gosh, Mom, the UV is going to be 7 when we're in Minneapolis this weekend. And I was like, when we're inside a conference center.
Yes.
For the entire day.
Where are you going to tan? You're playing volleyball.
Like, we're not. I was like, if this makes you happy, okay. Like, no problem. Glad it makes you happy. But it is, it's really funny. There was one more thing I want to talk about, because I had said, we got foundation year, and with the talking about me seeing foundation year is that everyone wants the end result, right? Yep. That's the whole point of setting a goal. You want that end result. I am different in the way that I view a goal. And I was actually squirreling here, talking to shocker. I was talking to I don't know what to call him. We're going to call him my life coach. I was talking to my life coach about this, and he's like, tell me what your goals are, Stacia. And I have to actually do a new goal setting, and which is fantastic, because I am like, hey, let's knock all these things off. Let's knock them off. But I started thinking about it, and I actually am not dreaming big enough.
Really?
Right now. Yeah. Isn't that crazy to say?
That's crazy to say, because I've seen your goals.
Yeah. I am not dreaming big enough right now. And because I said to him, I was like, I'm setting a foundation. Like, this is 2026's foundation year. And I said, and it's just going to lift off. He's like, Stacia, what is lift off? What does 3 years from now Stacia look like? And I said to him, I was like, I'm like, it's difficult to say what 3-year Stacia looks like. I said, because I'm going to quantum leap that bitch. I'm going to make it happen faster than 3 years.
That's crazy.
He starts laughing. And I said, I'm serious. I'm going to quantum leap, and I'm going to make it all happen. And when we started talking about, what are my goals? What are we wanting to achieve? I was like, I'm going to achieve all that shit this year. And I was like, So
is this actually a foundation?
It is a foundation. I'm still calling it foundation. And I was like, but I need to start thinking bigger. And I have a 4-hour drive tonight. So I will be driving 4 hours, and the kids can be entertained doing all their stuff because they were with the babysitter during the day today, and it's so nice out. So thankfully they've gone swimming and all the stuff
They're all tired out.
Yeah, they're gonna want to veg for the car ride. So I'm gonna put my headphones in and either just have complete silence or just kind of no background noise. I don't know exactly what I'm going to have in my ears yet. I'm leaning towards just silence. And I need to start thinking about, what does that look like on a day-to-day basis? What am I waking up and doing? What am I eating? What does my fridge look like? Like literally going all out with what does this vision look like? It's in depth. And there's a reason for all of it, because I need to picture it to be able to see, is this what I really want? And I think one of the dangerous things about dreaming and doing all this stuff, because some people have a really easy time being like, oh, I want all of these different things. But I think it's so important to set that dream and to set the framework with it. I want to know the goals I need to hit in between there to get to there. Like, of course, I want to see that, because some of them I might be able to jump over. I might be able to be like, okay, if I pull this lever or turn this knob here, I'm going to remove all of that and be able to go here. And it's going to get done. And it's going to just light off like that. But if I don't set a map, how am I going to get there? So if we're setting, you go in your GPS and you set a destination, you're going to take the quickest way there.
Mm-hmm.
If you set your destination and you don't set a map, oh, I'm going to take a wrong turn here and over here.
Blind by, a little wrap around.
Yep, wrap around here, and then I'm going to end up at the destination. So I might still end up there, but that might take 5 years, and this takes 2.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to dream bigger, work backwards, but don't get lost in the dreaming. So this is where it's almost like a double-edged sword too, because a lot of people dream, but then they don't actually do. So it's like all talk and no action. And so I think that's something that's so important that is lacking when people talk about dreaming and manifesting, is that you actually have to do it. You're not going to get clarity without doing. And so when I start thinking about like, my big dreams and stuff like that, I am taking 4 hours and I'm wanting to like vision this out. But some of this stuff, it's just going to take me freaking doing it. It's going to take me signing on more clients. It's going to take me doing group coaching. It's going to take me actually executing to make it happen. And so I was thinking about last night, again, my big dream here. I'm thinking about, okay, future book, what does it look like? Future podcast guests. What does the podcast look like going forward, and what do I want it to be? And it's like, I always want it to be the level 1 is, what are the free things that I offer? Because I'm all about building up other people, and the rest will fall with it. It comes back to serving, and the rest will come. And I always want the podcast to be a free option for people to, see the inside of how I'm thinking, of what my brain is, and be able to see themselves and be like, oh man, I can do that. Like, didn't even think, like, that's a super interesting perspective and a way to view something. And that's what I want from this podcast. And so as I thought about it, I was like, I need to start opening my horizon and bringing on guests, talking to other people, going on other podcasts to continue to open up those doors. So of course I sent 2 emails last night because I said full send.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Full send. We're just going to ship it.
Live it.
Yep, we're just going to ship it, because I was looking at it, I'm like, I'm going to this conference, I'm going to this conference. I was like, these are 2 people that I want to talk to. I'm going to these conferences, and I'm going to see them in person in the next 2 months. So I was like, heck yes, let's just do it. So I sent him a message, and I was like, I'm gonna be in this state during these times. like, I'd love to chat with you beforehand, but I want to, I want to see you in person. And so I started thinking about it. I was like, I am going to do I called it Wing It Wednesday.
Wing It Wednesday.
Yep, because we were like, Wing Wednesday. Like, we
Yeah.
always love Wings Wednesdays. I was like, let's just do a Wing It Wednesday. And I'm just going to full send. And I was putting it out, and I was like, I should send. I'm going to say it on here because I'm going to hold it accountable then.
Oh, here you go.
Because at first, I was like, I'm going to send 5 emails per week on Wednesdays. And I was like, stop being a little bitch.
I was gonna say, you're getting more than that.
Stop it, Stacia. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to do 10 emails per week. It may or may not go up. We're going to see. But it's not going down.
Yeah.
So because I need to expand my horizons. I've got a different conference to go to in Chicago next week, and this is one we haven't even talked about. Like Carter and I, we've talked, but it's not like crazy talking.
I'm on day 4. And still, again, open the fire hose, and I got a lot of shit to do the first 3 days and whatnot. So.
And I was like, I didn't even ask him if he could handle a podcast this week. I was like, what day do we think we can do this? I'm just like, that's the best way to
And
figure
she's
it out.
gone on Friday,
Yep.
too. So I was just like.
Gone Friday, gone Monday, and I only did a half day yesterday. So
Yeah.
his options were.
So I was like, we doing this today? And she's like, yep. I was like, okay.
We're gonna do it. But there's still so much that has happened in the last 6 months. Not even 4 months. 4, right? More like 4 months. You were here for January for 2 weeks, right?
I was here early January.
So yeah, you were here for 2 weeks in January. We talked in May. There's just been so much that's happened in this 5 month time period that I'm like, holy cow. And there's even we're literally, like, we're at the tip of the freaking iceberg. I'm so excited for where this is going, where all of us are going. Like, it's just, there's so much possibility, and it's so exciting. So this was a little bit more of a squirreling-ish podcast. Do we expect anything else?
Still kept it on track.
We kept it ish on track. It was it's foundation. It's literally all about setting the foundation. And there are so many things that I've been working on the last few months that I can't wait to share and truly just make things just great for people.
Yeah.
You can find all the negativity in the world. That's easy to do. It's not as easy to see the positive and to see the positive and the capability and the possibilities in other people. And I am so grateful that I have that ability to do that. So let's make people the best versions of themselves.
Yeah.
Speaking of sharing, we're gonna do it.
Speaking of sharing, where can they find you?
Oh, we can find me on TikTok and Instagram, and our podcast is obviously, you're listening to it wherever podcasts are hosted. So whether you're on Spotify, Apple, or YouTube, or Apple, I said Apple.
You got them all.
Oh, iHeartRadio. That's the other one.
Oh.
They're everywhere. So listen to the podcast wherever. If you haven't left us a rating, please leave us a rating. If you're nice. If you're not nice, shoot me a rage email. And I will find a way to fill up your cup.
There you go.
But don't leave me a shitty review.
That's funny.
But yeah, so you'll find us on there. I post videos on my personal Stacia Aeschbach page. So anyone can find me on there on TikTok or Instagram. We do have a Driven for More page. I don't really post on there. Maybe Carter will. We haven't talked about that yet.
You might.
We'll see. And we've got my kids asking for screen time. Go figure. But we'd love for you to follow
different generations.
Yep, that is it. As it's gone off 3 times now. We love them, but we would love for you to follow along with us. And this summer is going to be it. We're on episode 27. I don't know, 25.
Yeah, I think 20 around
20
mid-20s.
Mid-20s.
I'll
Okay.
have to check, but day 4.
Yep, day 4. We're there. Did you know, before we cancel off here, that most podcasts, 90% of podcasts, never make it past 10 episodes?
Really?
And another 5% never make it past 20. So we're
up there.
We're in the top 5% of podcasts of all times, just making it over 20 freaking episodes.
Bang.
So we're on the 25th week of the year. So that means that we have 27, right? 27.
Quite a few. Quite a few to go.
Yeah, we have 27 weeks to go. So that is a minimum of 27 podcasts that we need to do. That would hit us at 50. Maybe we need to shoot higher than that. We might just shoot higher than that. Carter and I got to talk about that, guys. So
We got stuff cooking. So
we got stuff cooking, but you can find some more on our socials. So check us out there. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you guys soon.